increase the police presence. That cost for 2 officers overtime is approximated from our police chief at $1,200. In the committee meeting, we recommended that the applicant cover those costs. Those police officers will only provide presence in the Kensington Square area. So one of the partners, which is 3 Lions, has mentioned that, you know, although there's only 4 hired security guards on the corners, they will have 30 employees outside. My only concern that remains, and I'd like to hear a little bit more, was just about the rest of the corridor, because this is a longer initiative than just the area. The other thing that we mentioned, and we talked about a little bit before under Trustee Zill's comments earlier, is that the village manager will be working, and the police department, with the applicant and some of the operators to make sure we have an incident management plan in place, so that if there is an emergency situation in any way, that we have a procedure that we will follow to make sure that our residents know what to do in that situation, and we know how to execute. So that'll happen. The police department asked for some sort of physical blocking of the 2 sides of Kensington Square, so to avoid any other type of potential incident that could occur not related to the event. So that is going to be executed. Is there anything further? Oh, for liability insurance, there are only going to be 3 businesses, 1, 2, 3, that are going to be in the public right-of-way with tents, and then the rest is covered by the bid. So the bid is giving us liability. We just got today, it's not in our packet, but North Star's liability, Thief Line, and 3 Lions is in your packet. So we have 4 liability insurance coverages. And DPW, we've typically not charged for setting up signage in any event that we've had to date. We can certainly evaluate looking at special events policy in the future, but at this point we have not charged for that, and it's about $800 estimation, so we did not include that in our recommended motion, which we'll make later. And I think that covers most of it. The hours, I'm sorry, there's one other debatable issue, which was the length of time. I've heard some comments and input from residents that that is too long, and I want to be respectful of those. So we did have that conversation. The operators were willing to cut it back an hour. So the street closure would be from 10 to 7 rather than 10 to 8. And I did ask for their input, which they can clarify if you have any questions about if you wanted to cut it back further. What would they prefer? What would the operators think is a good recommendation? And I don't know that we actually
agreed. We did conclude 12 to 6. 12 to 6.
For the event.
It was 12 to 7
for the event.
12 to event operating, 10 till 6.
7.
2 hours open for the respecting retailers. Yeah, 7.
Okay. So anyways, that was discussed. And I think that was all the issues, unless Rebecca or committee members, if you have any other items.
The bars will post at their doors for no carry out when they're on the street. Also at the exits to the Kensington Square, there will also be clear posts with no carry-ins or carry-outs.
And conceal and carry.
Yeah.
On the street, no conceal and carry.
And did everybody get the handout to Rebecca? Did you provide it? There was questions that we received in committee and answered. I just want to make sure that we answer all the questions on the seats. Yep, it's on the seats. And you'll put that into, you'll scan it into the public packet after the meeting. Sure. Okay.
Just clarification. Did you say that it was agreed in committee that the $800 DPW expense is not borne by the applicant?
I believe so.
Yes, she'll
Right? Because we said that we did discuss it. If you have a different opinion, we can.
I had thought that was an expense.
That's what I was going to raise the same. Because I wasn't in committee, but my interpretation of the memo was that it would be applied to the
correct. In committee, we did discuss it in the consensus, which probably was wrong if you didn't understand what the consensus was. But the consensus was we weren't including it, but we certainly, I mean, that's We can talk about that at work.
I misunderstood.
Trustee, okay. Yes, I would support the applicant paying for the public works cost. That's my recollection, that's what we've done in previous events. Around notifying the neighbors, I was just wanting to, I think is it 2 blocks? Or just tell me the area that is going to be notified.
2 blocks, yeah,
Is it 2 blocks?
yeah, 2 blocks circumference on the side.
Thank you.
If we're going to have parklets, and I assume these establishments are going to want to have their outdoor seating approved also, we only have one meeting in between now and this event. So I assume every one of these establishments is going to be here on March 5th with their outdoor seating application and parklet policies, and they're going to construct and install all these parklets before this event.
March 15th.
Yes, correct. We asked, to
I'm
answer
just saying that we're going to have all that done at one meeting.
yes, so Bart did say that in committee.
Oh, you did?
Yes, he made that point.
Correct. I mentioned that we had the letters prepared to send out. I guess I wasn't aware that these were going to be required for the event, but we do have the letters prepared to send out tomorrow that we would bring them back on March 5th at the next committee meeting based on what we received for applications, correct?
I mean, I had a few other general comments. One is I wish that this had come as a concept to the board, rather than coming as this is what we want, because, I mean, my issue with it, well, I have two, but one of them is we seem to be getting more and more of requests to block off roads. Initially was your soccer party, which was great, but now we have the Packers party every year. We have the Ghost Train on Capitol now, and now if this St. Patrick's Day, this would be it seems like an annual. And I personally am just like we have a lot of public space that's available for group gatherings. We have parks. We have the Lakewood parking lot where the farmers market is. There's a space, there's a pretty nice space just there between Thief and North Star Bistro. So I am reluctant to continue to approve closing off streets for public events because it disrupts a lot of people. It may be good for a certain kind of business, but it's bad for other types of businesses, and it disrupts people taking the bus, and I forgot about the bikers, it's another. Anyway, at one point we had talked about an events policy and trying to approach this because I do think we're approving more and more, and I think it would be great to talk about it from a broader policy perspective instead of just approving everyone as they come up. So that's my one issue. My second issue is I do have concerns about the nature of the St. Patrick's Day celebration. The shuttle to me is that so I can be at the Brat House and have a couple drinks, and then take the shuttle to Draft and Vessel and have a couple drinks, and then take the shuttle to Three Lions and have a couple drinks. I mean, I'm just like, I'm not sure given, I'm very concerned about us becoming too like Water Street. Okay, that's not Shorewood. I don't think that's what the residents of this village want. And so I appreciate that there's going to be a stage and dancing and other things, but if you had come to me as a concept, I would have really encouraged you to make it more of a community, family-friendly event as opposed, because so much St. Patrick's Day stuff is like, let's just down a lot of green beer, and I mean, that really is not the type of event that I would like to see in Shorewood.
Can I just speak to that? Do you know what, when we did this, when we first, I think when we threw the first ever street festival Shorewood ever had.
The first one?
The first time Shorewood ever closed the street down for a festival was for the first bike race one we did. And my biggest concern was when Cameron Erdin did the Packers party was, World Cup is once every 4 years,
right.
The Euros are once every 4 years, that means with a 2-year break. The only time you would ever see me coming up here is once every 2 years for the World Cup for something that's for us. This was something that the bid was trying to be proactive on with it being a Saturday, so rest assured, minus next year because it's a Sunday, we would never ever, I don't think the bid would ever want to be doing this with us. It was just an opportunity to bring all this new entertainment district that we've created but bring them together. You know, you've got Harry's down here, and then you've got 3 lines up here, but we've never really done anything that's a community event that brings everyone together, which is why, speaking to the shuttle, it wasn't about just being able to drink and drive. It was more so to combat the issue of the parking in the area, because we felt it would attract so many people from outside that it would allow them to be able to park on some of the municipality lots and have a shuttle to and from the bars, whilst also taking something for 3 Lions. Honestly, the money we're going to make in addition to this, it's all going to go on to the bands, the stage, and the police. Really, it's genuinely not about money, which is why the biggest element when Erica had pitched this to us about coming up with something together, the biggest thing for me was actually taking this space and doing something we've not done before, which is bringing all the retailers in the area. Let's do a community market. So that's why we also wanted to open up to the retailers to make sure it felt that family friendly, where we could show off a lot of these side alley businesses that we have, all these off streets, and put them in one central area, which is there. And trust me, I'm totally in agreement. The only time you'll see me up here asking for this is likely to be next year, because Paddy's Day is a Sunday, then once every 2 years for Euros and World Cup. That's Packers to me, that's on every week in every bar in the entire city. I would never come for something small. I want to come here for a World Cup once every 4 years, Euros once every 4 years, and a community event. So it genuinely is on that front.
Can I just ask that, you know, as the bar owners, that, you know, because it is traditionally a day that many people like to drink excessively, and there's a lot of negative things that come about as a result of that. So I really hope that as the bar owners and the servers can be aware of not serving people who are clearly intoxicated. Which
was one thing in Trustee Rozek, she brought up the comment as did she feel that for security and 2 police officers was enough. Well, the whole purpose, when you actually get your bartending licence, you guys could actually, you as the committee, can pull that licence off any individual within my bar, because they are essentially trained to distribute alcohol in a responsible manner. So they are not allowed to overserve. And trust me, we know we're going to be watched. We know that this is a community event that kids are going to be around, and I think the past record of never having a single arrest, never having a violent incidents, never having to call the police out, we've kind of shown that instead of it just being these 4 people, it is the responsibility of every single service, staff member, bartender, barback, to ensure that everybody's safe, nobody's being overserved, and everything's well looked after. And absolutely, I'll make sure that you even brought this up when I talk to the staff, should it go through. We'll be saying this, and I think Erica's sending out some notes regarding those kinds of issues, correct?
May I speak? I didn't know if other trustees need to talk first.
I want to clarify.
I just want to say one thing at this juncture of our discussion is that communities offer so many things for the residents and those around to enjoy. And having community events, more than just 2 to choose from, a bike race, and then the holiday tree lighting, you know, that changed a bit every year. The community needs more than that. The downtowns need more than 2 events a year. And with new blood in the bid, we were identifying more street, we're Fall Festival. I was going to come to you sooner before the bike race to bring you the concept. Right now it's just an idea, but it's definitely going to be family, and we do want this to be more family. And as he said, with the shuttles, we want to promote an Uber hotspot down at the River Park parking lot or other parking lots. Hop on a shuttle, don't drive, get dropped off at the shuttle and call an Uber to get you. But during the day, that's why we're having it during the day. We're going to have Irish dancers there and hopefully some other interesting entertainment, and it's open to everybody. And we want the dancers actually to rotate. We have 2 dance companies that have committed to the day if you choose to pass it tonight. But you're going to be seeing me more this year, because I think this community needs more events. I mean, what makes this a destination spot?
Thank you.
Thank you. I want to clarify, we do have a few more events than, those are the, I think, the street events, but we do have 4th of July and our concert series and
the farmer's market.
the farmer's market. We do, but I don't want to say that we're not.
I'm speaking just in the
for the bid.
business district for the businesses to make them successful. successful.
Yeah, when I said I'm not going to be here all the time, anything that they did, I'm just fully on board with the community aspect she's got, but I wouldn't be throwing a Packers party on opening day of the season. That's not my
Don't count football.
Okay,
Because,
all right.
but anything they can do, I'm all for it. I just, that was my fear of that kind of event. It's not as unique.
Okay,
It's all right, that's our fault.
Sorry.
Doesn't matter.
trustee Rosie.
Okay, so just going back, I didn't clarify 3 points tonight, and I think we need to discuss them. The parking is an issue, and I was disappointed that if we do, moving forward, have a special events policy, we actually, discuss it. We should consider giving notification to people that are losing the parking. The businesses were very angry when we, the small businesses, the massage places, they have, they were not happy about Parkwoods for losing a spot. I don't know how they feel because they weren't notified ahead of us taking a vote. So in the future, when we do a block-long event, even though we're only closing the street for a smaller space, I think it would be beneficial because you are going to bring in more cars, and I just would like some input other than us sitting around and talking, and we only have one or two operators here. So I know it's publicly noticed, this meeting is publicly noticed, but we, for closure of streets and big special events and that are posted from a